So you had the president go to the Middle East, and he visited the three big players: Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE. And you really have to divide between Qatar on one side and Saudi Arabia and UAE on the other. I have a lot of reservations, and I'm not as big a fan of this whole attempt to really woo the Saudis at great cost. But that said, I think the concept that the president had was to essentially make an American moment that pulls these three away from the Chinese orbit. And we can get to that, what this Chinese orbit is, because I think it's a much larger problem than what people are thinking. And he went to to each of the three. My problem with that is, when you go to the Saudis and the UAE, what they were doing was they were bidding to become our guy in the Middle East. And the reason for it is they're scared, and they want the American tent, and they want to be in the American tent. Qatar has a different agenda. It also wants to be our guy in the Middle East. And this hooks up with what Daniel's saying. They want to be our guy in the Middle East so they can be in the tent, so they can burn the tent down. They don't believe in the West. They want to destroy the West. But they're very manipulative and very clever about it. So the whole point for them, and you see it replicated on their behavior when President Trump was there, their behavior in funding campuses, it's always, we're just trying to help. We're just trying to be your friend. We're just trying to be the intermediary. We're just trying to fund American education. We're trying to do this. But behind it is the attempt to burn down the West. And in that, they are one of the most important allies to either the jihadi camp, which they're really the leader of, and the Chinese on the other side. And I think if you look at the Indo-Pakistani conflict, you really see the divide suddenly clarified. When on the first days of the war, you had Israel within hours siding with India, UAE more or less siding with India, but China, Iran, Qatar, and Turkey, especially Turkey, sided with Pakistan. And that's the Belt and Road, that's the Chinese orbit. So when you look at Qatar, it's an inside attempt to burn down the house or the tent. And that is the manipulative side that then hooks up to this ninth front in Israel and internationally that I mentioned.